My 15-year-old idiot kid got his girlfriend pregnant on purpose. I'm a 30-year-old woman with 5 kids. My eldest, who we'll call Ollie, is 15. My other children are 2, 6, 9, and 11. As you can tell from my age, I was a teen parent. I got married at 18. We're still together, in a healthy relationship, and have worked hard to build a stable and comfortable life. That background is important here. Ollie has been friends with a girl we'll call Bree since he was 7. Her family used to live in our city, went to the same school, and shared the same friend group. We know her parents casually, not close friends, but friendly. We've chatted during video calls and even had drinks together once. About 18 months ago, Bree's family moved to a small town 3 states away for cheaper housing and better job opportunities. That's not a secret. We've all talked about the rising cost of living here. Since their move, Ollie has begged us to follow. He's given us a full sales pitch, cheaper homes, better jobs, none of which are actually viable for us. We've said no. Our other kids are in school and activities here. We own our home, and our jobs don't translate well to a move. Any adult would understand that. Ollie doesn't. Fast forward to Christmas. Bree's family visited our city for the holidays, and the kids met up a few times. I thought they were always with friends. Turns out that wasn't the case. Bree is now pregnant, and I believe it was intentional. Ollie had access to condoms, has had sex ed from school, from us. He knows how babies are made and how to avoid them. Now Ollie wants us to move to be near Bree and the baby. I said no. He asked why. I told him, "You're 15. We don't even know if the baby is yours. I'm not uprooting our lives, and you're not moving out there until you're 18. We'll do a DNA test, then we'll talk parenting plans. But for now, too bad, too sad. You made your bed, now you have to lie in it." Ollie told Bree. Her parents cut off all communication with us. I'm now the villain. They say my comments about the DNA test are disgusting and claim I'm fueling my son's anger. Ollie says I'm keeping him from the love of his life and his future baby. And he's using my relationship as proof that young love can work. And honestly, I don't even know if I'm right anymore. I just feel heartbroken, like everything I worked so hard for is unraveling. Update number 1. Bree's due date is around September 22nd, so abortion isn't an option. And I don't think it ever was. Adoption was never on the table either. Last night, Ollie admitted the pregnancy was on purpose. Bree suggested it first, supposedly as a joke, and it became a plan. Her parents refused to speak to me directly. I overheard them tell Ollie, "Tell your mother insert message, because I'll go off on her if I say it myself. They are talking badly about me with my son. They say I'm awful for questioning Bree, even though I've known her since childhood, and they refuse to engage with me further. I still refuse to let Ollie move there. I won't budge. Bree broke up with him twice in the last 18 months, both times for another boy in her new town. When that didn't work out, she went back to Ollie. She's a nice girl, but her behavior is toxic. Her home life is unstable. 9 children in a blended household, with multiple teens dealing with serious mental health issues. That's not a place I'm sending my son. I'm standing firm on the DNA test. At this point, I'm close to cutting off communication entirely between Ollie and Bree's parents. They are empowering and reinforcing his defiance. My husband, a man of few words, backs me fully. His only comment, "You have the intelligence of a pear." Update number 2. Things have gotten worse. We've been blocked on all social media and phone numbers, but Ollie is still in touch with Bree. Ollie gave us Bree's parents' email address to reach out. Before sending anything, I asked him to video call Bree with me present, so I could speak directly to her or her parents. I warned him, if they continue to avoid us, I'll be cutting contact until we resolve this. Ollie agreed. He even said he wanted us to talk. He knows it's wrong that her parents are communicating only through him. We called Bree. When she saw I was on the call too, she hung up. Ollie tried to call her back several times. No answer. She texted him, asking why I wanted to speak. He explained, told her I wanted to speak to her parents, and that if they didn't respond, we'd be cutting communication. He also said I believe the baby might be his, and if it is, we plan to travel for the birth and stay for the first month to help. But only if we're involved and a plan is in place. Bree blocked him. He's heartbroken, not mad at me, just devastated. Not eating, locked in his room, apologetic, sad. He even asked me if there was a way to undo it. I haven't brought up things like signing over rights yet. I think he's too emotional right now. A friend showed Ollie some of Bree's recent social media posts. It's you and me against the world, baby girl. Memes about deadbeat dads. Single mom quotes. She's painted him as someone who dumped her. His friends saw the post and came to his defense. Now they're blocked too. This is just a nightmare. Update number 3. Ollie's friend used an old Instagram account to view Bree's posts. One showed her pregnancy announcement, and if you scrolled, there was a digital scan. Same one Bree's parents sent us earlier. Here's the issue. The scan is dated April 4th, showing 19 weeks and 3 days gestation. That puts the due date in August, not late September. Her parents told us she was confirmed pregnant mid-April and sent the scan photo. But the date at the top had been cropped off. I haven't told Ollie yet. I want to be sure first. His mental health is fragile, and I want to be cautious. For reference, Bree was in our city from December 20th to January 7th. She saw Ollie on December 21st, 22nd, January 4th, and 5th. No overnights. Ollie says it happened January 4th, the only time they were alone. If the April 4th scan really says 19 weeks, the dates don't line up for Ollie to be the father. Also, according to Ollie, the joke Bree made was, let's just see if it happens. As if fate would decide if he should move. Honestly, it sounds like a long-standing plan on her part. Maybe I'm biased. Update number 4. I spoke to Bree's biological father. He lives in our town and had no idea about any of this. And before anyone comes for me, there's no history of domestic violence or abuse. I felt like I had run out of options. I just wanted a way to contact Bree's family. After that, Bree's mother finally reached out. She agreed to the blood test, if we paid for it. Ollie and Bree spoke again, and Bree asked if she could come here for a holiday. She said she wanted to have an ultrasound with Ollie, to prove the due dates in person. I agreed. Honestly, I might not be thinking clearly because of all the stress we've been under. Bree says she is now 26 weeks pregnant. She sent Ollie a photo of her belly, which has definitely grown. She told him that he is the only possible father, that the ultrasound is based on her last period, but she couldn't remember when it was. So she used the date from her period tracking app, and it went by the cycle before. That's why she says the scan dates are off. I asked her if she had a physical pregnancy booklet, because, in my experience, it shows all the confirmed medical info. She said no, that everything is digital with her doctor. I didn't want to push since it's technically not my medical information. Right now, I'm wondering if I should just fly her out here on my own terms. Her mother agreed to it. We could do the blood test and ultrasound here, and finally put an end to all of this. Update number 5. Both families came to an agreement on travel. We paid for Bree to fly out to us, and her father agreed to pay for her return flight. Bree was supposed to fly in this morning. She was going to stay with us for 6 weeks total, flying back sometime in August. Her father is in charge of the return flight. She would be staying in our home. First, we'd do our annual July 4th family vacation, 1 week away. Then a few more weeks back here for the ultrasound and blood test. This plan was made together. Both families agreed. Bree and Ollie wanted to create at least some positive memories during this pregnancy. And, of course, if the baby turned out not to be his, Bree would return to her father's, and we'd be finished with it all. But Bree never showed up for her flight. She texted the night before and said that her doctor advised her not to travel, that she's at risk for preterm labor because of her age, and her severe morning sickness only lets her drink pineapple juice. She said she may need to be hospitalized and might even deliver early. On top of all that, a group photo surfaced. It showed Bree visibly pregnant in a tight t-shirt. She was hugging another boy, the same one she had dated in her new town. His hand was on her belly. The photo was quickly removed from her social media story after Ollie asked about it. I believe it was intentional, to make him jealous. At this point, I am done. I no longer believe her. Or her parents. I've contacted both a lawyer and a therapist. I will not be giving any more updates until the outcome of the DNA test. And I've been told I cannot legally force her to take a blood test during pregnancy. So it will have to wait until after the baby is born. If, and only if, this baby is Ollie's and is truly my grandchild, then I'm willing to have Bree live here with us. Because I will not let the situation keep ruining my son's life from a distance.